tactical RPG fan picked up Redemption Reapers despite the many reviews saying it was too difficult. He began playing and soon found out that the game wasn't too difficult, but was still very challenging. After the first few chapters, he began to think maybe Redemption Reapers was too difficult. Maybe he wouldn't beat it. If this sounds like you, then this video and the ones following are for you. Whether you've made it to chapter 5 or chapter 20 and just feel stuck, I'm about to show you that you can beat Redemption Reapers and have fun while doing it. Let's jump right into chapter 1 with some walkthrough gameplay and essential tips. Okay, so here we are in the first mission of chapter 1, and we're first going to talk about enemy ranges. So, if you click on the Switch, I know it's the ZL. On the other platforms, it should display down in the right corner what button it is for you. But this will show the ranges of all enemies on the map at once, which is very useful when you're approaching groups of enemies to know their ranges. And you can actually be in movement partway through a turn and this still works. So it's very useful. If you need to know an individual unit's range, just click on them and it'll show you their range only, or you can click another one to add their range to it, so forth and so on. But for now, we're going to make sure we stay out of this guy's range so he can't hit us. And another thing to remember too is that there is no reason to use the defend option unless you actually are going to get hit. This will save you AP because you regenerate about 4 AP every turn, and you can get up to 13 during a mission. So if you save your AP when you don't need it, you can potentially get 2 attacks out of a character in one turn. So make sure you don't use the defend option unless you absolutely need to. So we're going to wait here. This first guy I believe is going to approach us. Yes. So some of the AI will actually come towards you when you get near them. Others will wait until you actually enter their range. So that's important to pay attention to how enemies are moving so we can know how to approach each situation. So in this case, there's no way for us to attack him without getting a counterattack. So let's make sure that if that's the case, that we use our tankiest character, which right now is Glenn. So Glenn's going to take that little bit of a hit there, but now we can keep him right here adjacent. He doesn't need to defend because we're going to finish this guy off with Sarah. So Sarah's going to move up. She's going to use her twin fangs, and we're going to get the follow-up attack from Glenn, and that takes that guy out. So remember, second tip here, always use your combo attacks, your follow-up or chain attacks as I like to call them. These are very powerful and will help you take out large groups of enemies very quickly, especially once you have your full team. You stagger your people in such a way to hit multiple enemies with each of them, and you can get 10, 12 attacks off each turn out of only 5 characters, or even more attacks. So we're going to move up here. We're going to check our ranges. We're still good here. We're going to end our action there. We're going to keep Sarah out of trouble over here. So this one approaches us. So this is a situation where this guy will come towards us, but this guy is not going to come after us until we enter his range. So that means we can easily take this guy out without having to draw this guy in. Whenever possible, isolate enemies and take them out one at a time. Do not let them group up on you if you can help it. Especially early on before we have the full team assembled. So Glenn's going to take another hit there, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and end his action. We're going to bring Sarah up. She should be able to finish this guy off with Glenn's help.
I must finish this.
Alright. Now we're going to move Sarah up here. She's going to get that relic here on the next turn. So let's have her grab that relic. Alright, we get some upgrade materials, and we're going to have her stop right here, just out of that guy's range. We're going to move Glenn up, and if this goes well, the guy will actually end up adjacent to me, but I don't think so. He's going to come straight on. So this time, we're going to go ahead and use our defend option, because this will halve the damage that we're going to take, because we know that we're going to take damage this time. And there it is. Since it halved it, we only took 1 damage, and now we can easily finish this guy off. So we're actually going to let Sarah take the hit this time, which is fine, because she's at full health. She's going to come in. Oh, we got a critical, so she may not get hit at all. There we go, so that worked out in our favor. But even if she had taken a hit there, it's okay. We still have our drafts to use. So now that she's done there, we're going to move her up here. End her action. Let's stay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and draw this guy in because we can. But we're going to go ahead and use Glenn's draft. That'll heal him back up. And then have him defend. And that guy's going to come in, going to hit us. No problem, only 1 damage. Now Sarah will get hit from this other guy. I believe if she moves up there, yes she will. But that's okay, like I said, she can take the hit. We'll have her grab this relic real quick. And then we'll have her attack him.
I'm not afraid.
I won't relent.
Okay, and she's gonna get hit with that counterattack, that's fine. And now we'll have her defend. And we'll have Glenn finish this guy off. And we're gonna move up here. And actually, if I do this, that Mort will probably attack Glenn, keeping Sarah safe. And yes, he did. Because Sarah's health's a little low, we're going to go ahead and use her draft here. And then have her do the initial attack.
I must finish this.
Glenn will finish him off. Oh, well, didn't finish him off. Interesting. But that's okay. We'll get him this next turn. In the action. Now Glenn can finish him
Your
off.
time has come.
And there we go. I am doing this walkthrough on normal, by the way.
In their rights.
Alright, and there it is. That is the first mission complete. We did get a B rating on it. That's okay. The A, B, C ratings at the end of the missions, they affect how much experience you get to use after the mission. It's not super important. It doesn't make that big of a difference. So don't sweat it too much if you didn't get an A rank. But for now, we're talking about just getting through the game our first time,
In any case,
learning how to enjoy the game and have a good time.
Right.
So we're going to skip through this, and I'm going to show you real quick the upgrades that I'm going to grab on these guys after the first mission. First thing I pick up for Sarah, Lightfoot. This increases her evasion. This makes her be able to last a lot longer in fights because a lot more attacks will miss her. This is also good if you make a mistake and leave her exposed. Oftentimes, she'll be able to avoid the attack. So I always go with Lightfoot first. And with Glenn, we're going to go Vigilance, I believe. Yes, Vigilance, because this reduces our damage from counterattacks. So this allows Glenn to be the vanguard and do the attacks first and take less damage. This, in addition to, I believe it's Born Leader. Yes, Born Leader allows other allies participating in follow-up attacks to 110% damage. So using Glenn to attack using Vigilance will reduce his damage he takes from the counterattack, and everyone else will get a 110% boost to the attack. So these two go together really well. So that's what we're going to start with, is Vigilance. And that's our first 2 skill points used up. We're going to go to training. My advice for training is whoever's got the least amount of experience, that's who we want to give experience to. So we're going to give it all to Sarah here. Okay. With the first chapter done, you can use the link in the description for more Redemption Reapers videos, or move on to this one here. Tune in next week for chapter 2 and tips on using Luff. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and keep on gaming.